What's up everyone, it's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I'm going to be doing my reaction review to the new Rise of Skywalker final trailer. So, I've tried to avoid any spoilers. I have seen a few memes, but nothing that gives it away too much, but, you know what? Let's just check this out, and then I will do a breakdown of, what is in this. So, let's do this! I missed the THX at the beginning. I missed that in like the 20th Century Fox. Jungle.
It's an instinct. A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone.
They went from 12 to 200.
People will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
Long have I waited. And now you're coming together.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
They're gonna kill 3PO?
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. The Force will be with you. Always.
Is there more? No. Is it just saying that? It's gonna go to, yeah. So I don't get the feels. I don't have any kind of excitement. That didn't make me feel anything. I'm gonna go through and break this down, but just comparing to when I was a kid and the prequels were coming out and the pure excitement and joy I felt at seeing the trailers and, you know, oh my gosh, you know, ooh, we're gonna get to see how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. And I remember as a kid, like, just when the Phantom Menace came out, and my favorite poster for that, yes, I love the Drew Struzan covers, but I think the one thing that was just like seared into my brain, and I just had this whole like, oh my gosh, I need to see this, was the poster of Anakin with the shadow of Darth Vader, and you know, little Anakin, and you know what's going to happen to him, and it's that foreshadowing, and just there's so many feelings I get from seeing that image. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movie posters, and you know, even when Attack of the Clones was coming out, seeing the trailer, it's like, oh my gosh, Anakin's, you know, he's a man now, he's not a little boy. And then Revenge of the Sith, you know what's going to happen, it's like, and you're just the anticipation of that fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and seeing how Anakin finally becomes Darth Vader. Oh, the feels, and I couldn't even imagine if I was alive back, you know, in the 70s and the 80s when the original Star Wars was coming out. And, you know, just today, when I go and, you know, I watch some of my old VHSs and they have the commercials for Star Wars in it, it's like, you know, my entire body starts tingling, I get goosebumps, and it's just this pure excitement. And in the last Rise of Skywalker trailer, how they showed the first minute, or like 58 seconds, is all old stuff, and it's Luke talking about the past, and it's showing scenes from the original Star Wars. That, it's like, no, I know what's gonna happen, but it's like, the feels are strong. When I went and saw Joker, that trailer came on in the theater, and it was right when I was leaving the theater to go to the restroom, and I remember I walked out and I had to turn my back, and it was Luke when he's like leaning against the tree or the hut, and he's looking at the Force Ghost, and the feels, hearing Mark Hamill's voice again. It's like, that's what Star Wars is. That's what, it gets you, and that's what, united an entire planet when Star Wars came out. It's that epic adventure. It's that epic story. This was beautiful. It's visually beautiful. Let's go through some of these shots. Okay, like this planet. I'm going to mute it as I go through. Okay, look at how beautiful that is. Like, I want to go here. I want to go see this place. This looks very much like a place that's on Earth. I mean, I've seen people that go, I think it's in Vietnam, that giant cave. This looks like all like the foliage all around where that entrance to, the world's largest cave is. That's what I think of when I saw this. It kind of just very slightly gives me Avatar vibes, but I think that's because it's a majority of CG and green screen, or since it's Star Wars, blue screen. But I mean, it's visually beautiful. Let's go through this other shot. Where is it? Okay, the colors, very, very pretty. Oh my goodness, I love how it's the reflection, and this water, it doesn't have any ripples in it. It's seamless, even though I'm almost, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% sure that when ships are flying over this at very, very fast speeds, it's going to cause ripples underneath because, I don't know the scientific terms for it, but when something is flying above it, it's especially when it's still like this, it's going to create some kind of ripples from the force of it going through the sky. So science is not right here again, but I mean, Rian Johnson forgot gravity, or forgot that there is no gravity in space. J.J. Abrams apparently forgot that there is, that when you're going over water. But, but this is a beautiful shot, and that's something that J.J. Abrams does very well, is he makes things look pretty. He makes it look visually appealing. When you watch it, it's like, wow, I like looking at that, therefore, it makes me want to go see more of it, because people are drawn to things that look appealing. Some people are drawn to things that are not appealing. We have a big horror genre where, you get the gross, grimy stuff. I personally am not one of those people. I like, something like this. It's like, whoa, I want to go look at this. I want to go draw this. I'm not good with cold, but this looks really pretty. I want to see more of it. The concept art book will probably be great, but I don't have any feels. Like, even this, where is it? Okay, we got Poe. He's Poe. Oh, wait, what is the exact line? He said something about if we lead them, they'll follow. Oh, I didn't even notice that the first time. Well, let's do this one more time. There he is. Let's run. All right. Look. Okay. Okay, there's Lando, there's 3PO. I didn't even see him the first time. I don't think I can see Leia in here. She's probably behind this pillar. There's Poe. Okay, so got Lando. So Lando comes and joins because, at the end of The Last Jedi, it was like, what, 20, and that's being generous, 20 people in the Millennium Falcon. So, apparently they got a bunch of people now. They're going to rebuild the Resistance. They went to go find Lando. They're going to do it. But I mean, why wouldn't you focus more in on that? It's got to be one of those things where you have to, like, really, really analyze it and really, like, hone in on it. I'd want to say it's Akbar, but no, Rian Johnson decided to kill him off screen. The excitement is just not there. Let's see. Okay, what was this line?
Good people will fight if we lead them.
Good people will fight if we lead them. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure anyone will fight if they have, like, a calling to it. Okay, people will fight if they're getting paid to fight. People do that. They're called mercenaries. If people, willingly join a type of service, they will, they're fighting, and you can see a lot of times in history, sometimes leaders aren't good, and they will follow regardless. So as far as this being the Resistance, again, I really don't understand the concept of the Resistance. Leia was part of the government. I mean, in the book, she was, the president, but, she's part of, I don't understand why they would have to form, a resistance when she's literally part of the government. The First Order are what they would be considered, the actual resistance, because they're not part of the government. They're their own type of structure. Well, they don't explain any of this, and don't give me that crap that, well, if you read the books, it's like, okay, well, if you have to write a book to explain your script in the initial movie isn't very good. So it doesn't make any sense on that aspect, and it's something that I still like, why, just why, but I get it, that line's supposed to be inspirational. It's not. It's just like it's one of those, like, really, like, all I can really say about this is meh. It's meh. Oh, the costumes look good. The special effects look good. I like his hair like that. I like his little outfit thingy. He's looking a lot better. They look like they're on the lamb. Trying to get those Indiana Jones vibe. Okay, and then this scene. Okay, again, if you guys have been following my channel, you know I just had to deal with a heck of a ton of Reylo BS. Again, this entire thing, in the last movie, you're no one. Your parents didn't want you. They abandoned you. You're nothing to anyone except for me. Again, well, nobody really knows who I am. It's like, no freaking shit. You've known these people for 5 minutes. You have literally known them for 5 minutes. You met Finn. He didn't know you. Han Solo barely knew you. You don't talk about yourself. You don't explain anything about yourself. You've never had a conversation relating to someone about your struggles on Jakku and what you went through and what it was like to be abandoned there. You don't talk about any of your memories about your family and, trying to find them. You're just like, oh, my parents this. Oh, this and this and that. It's like the most generalized overview, and it's like, of course nobody's gonna get to know you if you don't make an effort to try to get to know someone else and elaborate and give some information on yourself. No one will know you unless you provide the information. I feel like some people have asked her, like the little bit when Finn first met her and he started asking her some questions, and still, it's like the most bland answers ever. It's like, okay, how do you expect people to know in-depth details about you if you don't provide in-depth details about you? And I understand nobody just goes out and provides, well, hey guys, these are my deepest, darkest secrets. Let me, pour my heart and soul out to you. No, that's usually when you form a friendship with someone and, you're opening up to one another. That's kind of how friendships, get stronger, is when you guys can relate on, certain aspects of your life. At least for me, whenever I've had a friend, that's kind of how you get closer, is relating on stuff that you've been through in your life. And has she done that? No. And this whole Kylo Ren thing, where it's like the textbook definition of a abusive relationship, where they try to make you feel insignificant, and your abuser is the only one that will relate to you. You are not important to anyone else in the world but your abuser, and it makes the person that's being abused harder to leave the person that's abusing them, because they feel worthless and meaningless to anyone except for the person that's hurting them, and then they mentally make excuses for the person that's hurting them. Again, this whole thing with him coming out of the water, let me look all majestic when I come out of the water. It's like, ugh, dude, no, stop. I hope the leaks are right. I hope he dies. Honestly, at this point, I just hope everyone dies in this movie. Like, just go out with a bang, and then characters, we never have to deal with them again because they're dead. Oh my god, unless they try to bring them back as Force ghosts. Where is Luke Skywalker in the trailer? I don't know. They were hinting that he's going to be a Force ghost. We get to see one shot of Princess Leia. I'm going to, try not to get too much into the Princess Leia stuff, just because we all know what happened to Carrie Fisher and how they're having to use old footage. So it's really shitty. And I understand, when you're trying to build a story and you have an actor that, is, you're not going to be able to replace Princess Leia. You just can't. And, when she passes away, what are you going to do? So they have to, just do the best with what they're given. I hope that it does her justice. I hope that they don't disrespect her the way that they disrespect Luke Skywalker, even though in a way they already have by saying that this idiot is her kid. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, we got... Okay, doesn't this remind you of Thanos? Like, if Thanos and Hela had a baby, this would be their baby's throne. That's exactly what this reminded me of. This little shot where Rey is... Where is it? Oh yeah, look at, they got the actual satellite back. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Where is that little scene? Did I pass it? This is why I don't like doing this. Okay, well, We saw it earlier. When you kind of see the Emperor and he's like, oh, I've been waiting for you, and Rey's standing right there. It reminds me of Thanos and his floating throne. That's exactly what that reminds me of. Again, J.J. Abrams is not capable of an original thought. He just copies things. He does remakes. He knows how to make things look pretty. If you have him as head of your special, or, what would that be called? Art director on a movie, he could be very, very good at that. I think that he's missing out on his calling in life. He should do that. He shouldn't be in charge of story or, maybe working with people, because this, again, there's really no dynamic to her acting. Again, it's like, and then that's about it. I mean, even that scene where she's supposed to be fighting Kylo Ren, it's nothing. There's no change to any of it. I've seen what's his face, Oscar Isaac, in other movies, so I know that he's, to the amount of diversity in his characters that I've seen, he's pretty good. He made me really, really uncomfortable in Ex Machina, and I can't unsee that movie. But so I know that he's a good actor. I don't know too much about John Boyega's other movies. I'm not interested in Pacific Rim 2, so I would never watch that. But I mean, it's all pretty the same. There's no depth, there's no change, there's no dynamic to the way that they play these characters. Whereas, I mean, you can say what you want about the prequels. Yes, George Lucas is not good with working with people. He doesn't like working with actors. The dialogue is very painful, but you can see that dynamic change in Anakin. You can see it change in Padme. You can see it change in Obi-Wan. And that, I think, has to do with the fact that they are all actually, pretty good actors. You can see the pain in Obi-Wan as he realizes what's happened to Anakin, and you see his turmoil as, the Revenge of the Sith movie progresses. I don't see any of that in this. It's all exactly the same. It's just the same. They just have different costumes. There's new special effects, but there's nothing different. And I mean, okay, yeah, you got new costumes. You're trying to look like Indiana Jones. There's explosions. Now they're killing C-3PO. So it's you killed Han. Chances are they're probably going to kill Chewie too. You killed Luke. Now you're killing 3PO. Him and R2 are the ones that are supposed to, just be witnessing all of that. That's why they're in every single movie. And that's one of the things when I would talk about back before these sequels came out, and I would always, people would always give me quizzes on Star Wars. It's like the second I met someone that knew or was a Star Wars fan, they never believed I was, so I was an instant pop quiz, and I would just be like, all right, let's do this. And one of the questions always is, and this is one of the questions that I always would ask people do, it's like, all right, what 4 characters are in every single movie? And some people get stunted. It's like, okay, guess what? Anakin / Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, R2-D2, and C-3PO. And it's how these droids kind of witness all of these things that are happening. And now they're going to erase his memory because, like I read in the leaks, if you guys want to go check out my leaks video, I went through and read all of them. In the leaks, there's some kind of Sith language, and out of all of the billions of languages that C-3PO knows, apparently he doesn't know this one. So they have to go to this planet thing and get the information downloaded into C-3PO so he knows this language, and apparently it's going to kill him and wipe his memory. So now we are losing C-3PO. He managed to make it through every single other movie, and now it's just no more C-3PO. So that sucks. This thing is tiny, and it's got a little squunched face. If you guys know me pretty well, you guys know I like little cute things with tiny squished in faces. That's why all of my animals have, the pushed in faces. I have a Pekingese and then Persian cats, all squished in faces. I like it. It's cute. If this thing takes off its little head thing, if it takes off its little head thing and it's fluffy, I like cute. It's little. I'm biased. I am 100% biased to that. All right, let's see. I'm so sorry, 3PO. You don't deserve it. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I'm not going to waste my time on Christmas with my family to go watch this. I don't know how many more Christmases I'm going to have with my family members, be the way that things are going with my family, and I would never waste a second of spending that quality time with them at a theater, subjecting myself to this nonsense. If it was actual Star Wars and we were all watching it as a family together, maybe, but there's no way in hell I'm going to the theater on Christmas to go watch this BS. Leia. Oh, that's a lovely shot. The saga will end. Well, guess what? It did. It ended back with Return of the Jedi. That was the end. We got the prequels to show how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. It did not, diss the original trilogy. It didn't diss on them. It didn't wreck any of the characters. It just showed how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and it showed that story. This, what has it done? It's disrespected the characters. It's disrespected the lore. It's disrespected the freaking science that was been established in the universe of Star Wars. And now, you're telling me that this thing exploded and somehow this is still intact? Do they not understand what explosions do to things? You can maybe see fragments, and again, science apparently does not have any type of standing in this universe. They do not understand how things work. You want to tell me that this metal sitting in an ocean is not going to rust? Do you not understand? I mean, people that live by the coast, their cars start rusting. You live on the east coast of America, they put salt on the roads. Your car is going to, start to devalue every single year because there's this thing called rust. You can go look at any type of crash, like shipwrecks in the ocean. They're covered in, like plants and stuff that grow, and guess what? They are decomposing! Why is there none of that? You want to tell me that somehow this survived an explosion and then it's landed in the oceans of Endor and it has absolutely no, like, decomposition at all? Are you kidding me? This shouldn't be happening. This entire thing just doesn't make any sense. And again, it's because J.J. Abrams wants things to look good, but he doesn't care about, actual storytelling. Do you know how cool this would look like if if they had to go under the water, or if maybe it's low tide so you can kind of see that, and then there's all these little, like, seashells, and what are those little things called? Oh my god, why of course I'm blanking on this word right now. But they grow barnacles, all the little barnacles growing over this, and then there's seaweed hanging, and you can kind of see how there's when you have, like, think of the Sutro bathhouse and Land's End in San Francisco. For those of you that don't know, there was this guy that tried to build all these baths right on the coast, and now it's just kind of ruins. Go do something like that. That would look cool, and you can hide a lot of stuff. Like, you wouldn't have all of these wires and everything. No, this would be completely destroyed. And I mean, even if there would be scavengers coming to take all this stuff, just kind of like how Rey did that on Jakku. This doesn't make any sense, and you are sacrificing, actual things, actual logic to try to do this. And honestly, I think it would look cooler if this was decomposed. Why on earth are these glass? Why does this not have any cracks in it? If this Death Star exploded, it freaking exploded. Lando shot it and blew it up. Why did none of this glass shatter? It blew up. Do you not understand when you put fire to something? Again, absolutely no sense is made. And this takes me out of the story. Some people can say that, oh, well, Anna, you're nitpicking. It's like, no. If me as, a viewer, me as the audience, if I am watching something and there is something so unbelievable on this that it takes me out of this viewing experience, it takes me out of this movie, out of this trailer, to stop and be like, why is that like that? When it's a very simple fix, that's not nitpicking, that's, something that could very easily be fixed, but they haven't done it because they don't care. And it's very telling the way that they've done things in the past with all these Star Wars movies, and they just don't care moving forward. That's why I said, if they just killed them all off at the end, they do this big sacrificial thing where you have all of these, they gotta kill the Emperor. For some reason the Emperor is still alive, even though he died. For some reason he's still alive, and you gotta go up against where all of these ships, you gotta go up against all of them. Okay, maybe there's some make or break situation where it's all or nothing, we're all gonna sacrifice ourselves, everything's gonna get destroyed, we're all just gonna die together, everything's gonna be done. If they did something like that, I'd be like, okay, cool, thank you freaking the Force, it's done, we're done with these characters, cannot do anything with them ever again because they're all dead. That would be great. I would like that ending, because then it would do justice to all of the things that hurt Luke Skywalker and everything that happened before in The Last Jedi, and in The Force Awakens. And I just want it to be done. I want all of this to go away. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this Disney Star Wars. It's not good. That's, I think, why they're releasing The Mandalorian in November, a month before this comes out, because I think they weren't happy with the backlash that's happened, and so they want to kind of distract everyone with The Mandalorian. So this is going to come out if if it does, a major failure, then they can just sweep it under the carpet and, just advertise, ooh, this new episode of The Mandalorian, why are you guys still talking about that movie? The Mandalorian, and they're probably, since it's airing in November, okay, so then it'll be out for, maybe a month. There'll be, it's on, November 12th or something, so maybe there's 7 episodes out, so there's going to be some big, gigantic, critical episode around the same time that this movie comes out. So if this movie doesn't do the way that they want it, if it doesn't, hold up to, I would say standards, but they don't have any standards for this, so if this movie doesn't do well, then they can just sweep it on the carpet, be like, oh, The Mandalorian, look at this huge plot point, look at this huge, ball that we just dropped in this show, so it's going to distract everyone with The Mandalorian because of this, and, I'll, at least, they're going to, in a way, that's them kind of acknowledging the fact that, this franchise did not, do too well. It did not satisfy the audiences. It caused a rift in the Star Wars fandom. And that, because any other company that I can think of, they would wait until after The Rise of Skywalker came out to premiere the new Mandalorian movie, start off 2020 strong with something like The Mandalorian, but no, they are going to use it to when if this doesn't do well, to swipe it under the carpet. And yeah, so no Luke Skywalker again, disrespecting Mark Hamill, disrespecting Luke Skywalker because he's a dude. It's fucked up, and they decided to use him in all the marketing in the last trailer, but for this, no, F you, Mark Hamill, we don't care about you, let's push this stuff in your face. Visually, it's cool, but, I mean, come on, this doesn't even make sense. You have to think about this also. Where do you get the metal for all of this? Where? Come on, where are all these people coming from? Where are all these ships coming from? It just doesn't make any sense. And that's like a summary for Disney Star Wars. It just doesn't make any sense. And you know what? That's all I have to say on this. It's boring. It's uneventful. It's unexciting. And, it sucks that they could have done something great and they decided to do something mediocre. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little bell. That way you get notifications when I do other videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's the Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.